Hey, what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back in the video, and today I'm going to be doing my Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V English dub, episode 108, season 3 review. So the way they set up this, again, this episode again was primarily in the Z's dimension. It was all in the Z dimension. It continued where it left off with those, I believe they're called the Tyler sisters, these two were continuing their rampage. They just took out, Alan and Sela there. And, they recaps that. Cyan. So they took them out in the tag duel. And then at the end of it, we see Sylvia and Gong, saying that they're Lancers. Now, they don't show them dueling, the sisters, which to me was really weird. They just basically are on the ground next, presumably to the fact that the sisters won against them in a duel, but they don't actually show it. And the next thing you see Yuya and Shay, come to their aid. Why they didn't decide to turn them into cards, because that was what they were originally trying to do to the people they beat before, until Gong and Sylvia got in the way. I have no idea, but so they take them on in a tag duel, and that's how it goes. You got Shay, kind of going back to that, anger type thing against them because, they, one of the invaders and stuff like that, because they're the sisters. He knew who they were right away when they, when he seen them. He's like, oh my God, the sisters, So obviously, Shay had some run-ins with them before. Yuya was talking to Yuto and, saying, you can't do this, the anger, they were having their little debate, on what they wanted to do and whatnot. So that was going on throughout the duel. The duel starts off with the pendulum summon with Yuya, and of course the duelists, the sisters, they have a card ready to counter the pendulums, because technically they're special summons. So they have the spell card, boom, and they say, oh well, we were all ready for your little pendulum things, the boss told us all about your stuff. So they already know about everything about them. So they were countering it. They had life points increasing, with their Amazonian monsters and stuff like that. Shay eventually is Z summons, and he takes their power with his Aziz Dragon. Gets 59,000 attack points because he takes away their, attack powers for the Amazonian monsters, but they can't defeat him in battle. So they still take life points damage, but then they dodge the next attack because of the Amazonian tiger's special ability. I'm sorry, lion. Monster special ability there, and that prevents them. And Shade's just like, oh, you got lucky on that. So Yuya and Yuto, they're arguing on what strategy they should do. And he said, we can't do this. We cannot lose control and stuff like that, like we did last time. So there's that whole thing as well. they're all debating on what they do. Eventually, Yuta comes, to an understanding of what Yuya wants to do. And the sisters eventually at one point, what's it called? Yuya eventually does a Z summon the Z's dragon. Was it Regrade's Dragon or something? I think it was called. It was the Z's one. He still hasn't summoned his pendulum one in a while, though. His pendulum dragon he hasn't summoned in a while, which I thought was really weird. So, Odd Eyes. Yeah, I think it was Odd Eyes. He hasn't summoned Odd Eyes in a long time. So puts him in the Aziz. They're stopped. Eventually, they get over 100,000 life points. The sisters do, and they even reference it a few times there, which I thought was weird. I was like, why couldn't they just stop at 9,000 and say it's over 9,000? That would have been so much better. You know what I mean there? But no, they're like, it's over 100,000 there. I'm like, it's over 100,000. You should have said it's over 9,000. Like, what the frig? Like, they should have though, because it would have been like, it would have been so cool. Well, technically, it would have been 90,000. I'm sorry. Never mind. It would have been 90,000. It would have been, it's over 90,000. That's what it should have been. Anyways, Shade at one point when he was drawing a card to try and get back into the duel, he said, "All right, here comes the pain." And he said it was so emphasis, and the first thing I thought of when he said this was like Brock Lesnar in the early 2000s, because that's what Taz used to say on commentary there. When Brock would come out, he'd be like, "Oh, here comes the pain." When Brock's music would come out, and they, the way they said that, when Shay said that, I was like, oh my god, they so took that from WWE. Like, the way they emphasized the "here comes the pain," that probably wasn't an original Japanese dialogue, because the way it was emphasized, it felt unnatural. It felt like a forced dialogue there. I could be wrong, but it felt like a forced dialogue, especially since, the way Shay said it kind of reminded me of how they used to promote Brock Lesnar when it wasn't all about Suplex City, biatch. Excuse my French. You know what I mean there? So, that's what I thought when I heard that. I thought it was funny, but probably not in the Japanese dialogue there. Probably something they added on purpose, because Shade is supposed to act all pain. Here comes the pain. I'm gonna be like Brock Lesnar. I'm just gonna beat the crap out of these people. You'd think they would give that dialogue to Gong or someone like that. Anyways, there. While this duel is going on, they show Astro Phoenix, by the way, there eventually during the duel. He's like looking for Yuya on the screen there. He wants to get his revenge for having a draw with Yuya. May I add, a draw! He didn't even lose to Yuya, but it ended in a draw. So because it ended in a draw, he's still bitter about it, and he wants to beat Yuya now. So he finds eventually one of his soldiers or obelisk soldiers there, he says, the boss left, had to go do his own thing, and and they told me not to tell you. And then obviously the soldier blurted it out to Astro, and Astro Phoenix is not happy about this. So again, he's still looking for Yuya. Yuya eventually gets Yuta to agree to, let him do what he has to do. He draws the smile card there, and he has this field smile card. It has all these stars and stuff like that on there, and it mesmerizes the sisters. The sisters just, they love it all of a sudden, even though they're supposed to be these mean people. They're like all intrigued by it and stuff like that. And eventually Aziz summons Shay's Aziz special ability, kicks in, all this other chaos they do, and they take the life points from the Amazonian monsters there, and gives it to themselves. So their monsters are super strong. Then they put them into the rocket there, launch it, and it does the damage or whatever. It doesn't do the damage to the monsters, but it does the damage to the life points, I guess, there. Really kind of weird. It didn't really make sense. I think they just came up with this up their buttholes, because it's like the freaking, the sisters had over 100,000 life points and they lost them all there. Some anime freaking bullcrap here. This would never happen in a real duel, obviously. Like this, how do you have over 100,000 life points and you lose the duel still with a life point loss? Not even a deck out loss. You lose the duel with losing over 100,000 life points. How does that happen? In one turn. They did it literally in one turn. They had 100,000 life points and they just lost them all just like that. Done. Duel over. Just didn't make sense at all. But Yuya and Shay get the win there. Astro Phoenix eventually finds where Yuya is, and he says, no, now we have to go there and get him. I'll show them and whatnot. By the end of the duel, the sisters are like still mesmerized by it all, by the glowings of the stars and stuff like that. So maybe they'll turn good. I don't know. Just kind of weird stuff there. Then you got the people that hired, the guy that hired the sister or whatever, the assistant to the headmaster guy or whatever. He's like all in a panic to, hey, I paid you guys to win and you lost or whatever. You get up there and take him down, and then he's interrupted by obelisk blue soldiers there, and they're like, you guys had your chance, you failed. So apparently 3 obelisk blue soldiers are going to take out Yuya, even though they've taken out many of those obelisk blue soldiers already there. How are they supposed to be a threat? Doesn't make sense. Like I said, this wasn't the Aziz dimension, so we did not get Alexis Rose or Zuzu. Sorry, again. Declan and we didn't get Sora. We didn't get Sora. We didn't get Declan. We didn't get. We haven't got anybody since 8 episodes in, guys. 8 episodes in. We still haven't got my boy Sora. The master, the leader of the Lancers. Declan is not around. And we've only gotten, like, 3 episodes of Alexis for the most part, where she's, had, like, more than 2 minutes of screen time there. Like, come on now, people. We gotta go back to that fusion dimension, hopefully in the next episode there coming up. Comes out next Saturday, I believe, but won't be out until afterwards, so we'll be on the lookout for that when it comes out, when the episode comes out. Good episode. I like the duel. The duel was good, but obviously unrealistic duel. I don't see how that ever could have happened. But then again, with all these Aziz synchros and pendulums, I mean, it just gets crazy. And now, they also used fusion monsters too. I should have mentioned that to do the Amazon summoning monsters is they did use polymerization a couple of times. But you guys should know that, since they're kind of fusion soldiers from the fusion dimension. But yeah, that was episode 108 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V. Like I said, good episode, kept the story up, but I would like to get more interest into, the key characters of, the people that are going to go after Duel Academy. Right now we're just kind of, in the classic, just going after that person, beating up on that person. I want to see more of, this war that's supposed to be happening. Instead, we're just getting duels. Astro maybe will be doing something here. In the next episode maybe, but I want to see something from the fusion dimension, because this is 2 weeks we haven't had a fusion dimension sequence episode, so like to see something there. Let me know what you guys think and what you guys thought of this episode, and for the love of God, let Sora be in the next episode already, because I'm starting to really get anxious, because I really want to see Sora again. Sora's like the shit. He is like the best character in this entire series. And this is coming from a guy that usually likes the main characters mostly. So I'm telling you right now, you got to bring Sora back, because that guy is awesome. Sora is the man of this whole series, in my opinion there. Like, he's like the wild card. Sora is the wild card, because you just don't know. Like, you just don't know. That's what makes him so cool. He's so cool. Like, freaking he's just, man, he's just like, oh yeah, pendulum, sink forth into victory and stuff like that. And you got freaking Sora, who's like kind of like the stealth guy over here, and like, Sora is just so much better. Like, I'm sorry, like they need to do more. They need to do more with Sora. Like, seriously, they kind of lost the boat on that. Hopefully we'll get to see Sora very soon in the next coming episodes. As well as Alexis Rose. I want to see more of Alexis Rose. I mean, like, come on now. Alexis Rose, this is just awesome to see Alexis Rose. But I am intrigued again. My theory is that, the headmaster needs all of the Zuzu, people from all 4 dimensions to make his dimension fusion to fuse all the dimensions together into one as a reality. So that's my whole theory. I'm still standing on that until proven otherwise. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think of what's going on here. Obviously, we're only following the English dub. I don't usually this is more emphasized for Dragon Ball Super fans, but usually for Yu-Gi-Oh fans, I haven't noticed anybody really giving stuff away. But this is just a cautionary, because Yu-Gi-Oh is technically an anime, and the Japanese stuff comes out before it. 9 times out of 10 of any English dub production. So I will just put that out there for everyone. As a warning, no spoilers from the Japanese version. We're only going by the dub, the English dub. So, yeah, that's about it. Comment, rate. If you like this video and my other videos, please subscribe. And that is about it, guys. Also, all my videos of all my animes that I've ever reviewed, playlist will be linked in the description box. And that is about it. I am the SS Ultimate Goku, and I'm out of here. Peace!